What do you think about immigration?
I think a lot of people think there's a problem with it, but I don't necessarily do because you don't see many reports of it like making itself a problem in society. Like people are coming here to work and like make a better living, so it should be fine.
What do you think about immigration?
We are a country of immigrants and that we are too a lot discriminatory against immigrants, and I think like things like the DREAM Act and stuff, those are good programs for immigration.
So what do you think about immigration?
I think it's an important part of what our country represents. We have a country full of immigrants from almost all immigrants aside from the Native Americans here, so I think it's part of who we are.
What do you think should the government should do to fix immigration? What should they change?
What should they change? Well, they're not going to change it by getting rid of all the Mexicans. So put it out there. That's not right. But I think what we can do is I think we need to develop more ally programs, more advocate programs, and really, it's all about educating. And I think that's one of the key components that we can really do about changing that. And it starts with legislation, so we have to be in those. You have to talk to your local representatives, and then you have to take it to legislative council, all that good stuff. And so you do have to develop those ally programs. And we're talking about white allies, black allies, all other allies, and I think that's one important thing. Yeah, for sure. All underrepresented communities, but definitely the white ally component, we need those as well. And so I think when you put those together, you can make a very big push. Easier said than done, because a lot of times, I'm in a position here where I work at CU, and you can't express that because I get paid by the university. So we're very clear on what we can do, and that's okay. But I do things outside the university, so that's okay as well. So trying to get the community involved is what I'm doing.
What draws immigration to the U.S.?
I think the biggest draw for immigrants coming to the U.S. is an opportunity to more adequately support their family or pursue a better life, and I think that there are structural reasons why immigrants feel that they need to come to the U.S. I think that the global economic system is structured in such a way to privilege the United States as well as other developed countries.
What do you think of SB 120, Colorado SB?
I think it's a good idea because it just allows more opportunities for education, even if they may not have the opportunity other places.
I think there's definitely a need for it in terms for undocumented students for education. Because it's messed up. It's like, how are you going to pay out-of-state tuitions and fees for undocumented people who give it to this state and give it to this, this whole country?
And don't make enough money to
Right,
pay
exactly. And they contribute to Social Security and all that stuff. And so I think it's something that's needed, but unfortunately, like I said, there's systems in place where it's sad. And people consider it's a controversial topic, but it's not. We're talking about basic human needs and basic educational needs, so why is it controversial? So and that's my personal opinion.
I think Colorado Asset is an extremely necessary bill to be passed because obviously the social consequences of being able to have students who've gone through our education system, giving them an opportunity to pursue a higher education in Colorado.
Do you think Colorado Asset will pass?
Yeah, if enough people hear about it, and I know the group that I'm part of, LYAC, we're doing rallies for stuff kind of like that, so if they get enough publicity, then yeah.
What do you think about the Arizona copycat laws for Colorado?
I think it would be really, really unfortunate if Colorado chose to pass such a racist and discriminatory law. I don't think it really solves the immigration problem, and I think it would be really damaging to a lot of families, students, and Latino society in Colorado.
What do you think about Arizona's copycat law? laws coming to Colorado?
No, I don't really like that law at all. I just don't think it's really fair.
They have a law in Arizona where if you present yourself as looking undocumented or of a certain ethnicity, that they can just pull you over and question you. And I have a lot of serious problems with that. If it starts with one group of people, where does it go? It would continue. I don't think it's ethical to do it to begin with, and it's a slippery slope that can turn into government pulling all sorts of people over. And if it's not okay to pull all sorts of people over, why is it okay to pull over what's currently in their law to pull them over? I don't know.
What do you think about Arizona, like the laws in Arizona? Like, do you think you agree with them coming to Colorado? Do you think it would be a better thing, a worse thing?
I don't support the recent immigration laws that were enacted in Arizona. I think that it's important for people to be documented in our country, but that's not the right approach to doing that.
What it basically does is it allows students who are undocumented, who have gone to Colorado high schools for at least 3 years, who graduate from Colorado high school, it lets them go to a Colorado college for in-state tuition.
So what does like the GMAC mean to you? Yeah, do you think it will be passed in the next 2 years, or do you think it's not going to ever get passed?
God, I wish it'd get passed.
Do you think it will like the next
In
2
the next-
years? Well, because don't they have enough?
Yeah, so that every cycle,
2 yeah.
every year you're pretty much fighting for it.
Yeah.
But whether it passes on the cycle, that's a different question. I feel like the state of Colorado, since it's a very conservative, it's a red state. I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think it would be passed. And that's sad to say. There's people out there that deserve it. And so we've been fighting. How long have we been fighting for the GMAC? We've been fighting forever for the DREAM Act. And so I don't know. Maybe we'll have some type of revolution